And we're live. All right, welcome everybody. This is the Reality Czars podcast, and we're your hosts, Nate and Tony.
Hello, rocking it solo today.
We're rocking it solo. We had a guest on that we were supposed to talk to from England, and I don't know what is going on. So connections issues and some fun stuff like that. So we are just going guestless, and there's lots of stuff to catch up on anyways, and we can discuss all the dumb things that's going on in the world right now. So what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What's gas prices out there?
Yesterday I filled up and I think it was $4.50.
Okay. We're a little
What are you
lower.
doing?
We're like around 425, 430.
You cunt.
There was someone on next door said there was a glitch in one of the gas stations and they were selling it for 129.
And did everyone freak the fuck out?
I don't know. I got that like a day later, so I'm assuming they fixed it.
I'm sure. It was probably only there for like an hour. And they probably sold out of gas. I've heard of that shit happening.
It might explain the guy just filling up in the back of his pickup truck. Did you see that shit?
Mm-mm. That's funny.
Yeah, he laid down on top and just started filling up the back of the pickup truck.
No issues. I'm sure there's nothing that could have no kind of fucking massive explosions or fucking
completely safe.
People are
we
retarded.
recommend everyone do that. Yes.
Tarps are not like liquid proof.
No, the funny part is he didn't even cover it. So as he drives off, you just see it splashing along the way.
And an asshole. I mean, it's whatever, man. Me and the wife were watching Zoolander last night. It's an old classic stupid movie. And there's just this scene. Have you seen Zoolander?
Not in a while. Is that the one where he's a spy, right? With what's his name? Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. He's a male model.
Yeah.
And they MK Ultra'd him. They turned him into like a Manchurian candidate, and he was supposed to kill the Malaysian prime minister. It's stupid, but it's fucking funny. I like these old dumb movies. I don't like anything new. I like dumb old movies. I mean, I guess that still could be kind of considered new. I'm young, or I don't know what the fuck I am.
What was that, like 15 years ago now?
Yeah, it's got to be like 15 years ago. That's old enough for me.
That's old.
But there's this scene at the gas pumps where his buddies are sitting there, and they'd started with the window washing thing, splashing each other, and so then they grab the fucking gas pumps and are like fucking spraying each other and is acting super goofy, and then one of them lights a cigarette and kills them all. It's pretty amazing, but that kind of reminds me of that.
Well, the funny part is there was someone who was filming them, and they're going up to him trying to stop him. And if I see someone doing that, I am just gonna leave. I want no part of that shit.
What's a safe distance? Because I mean, I might bust out the camera too.
I don't know.
This is for World Star.
I don't know what a gas station looks like when it blows up. I'd imagine like if you're across the street or something, you're safe, but you might hit some debris or something.
I don't know, man. I feel like movies have definitely fucked up our conception of like, because I've been in like a pretty rough fucking car accident where the car caught on fire and I was waiting for it to explode. It didn't fucking explode. Like, movies have totally warped our sense of reality. You're like, I thought it was going to fucking kill us all.
They're so good at programming trauma. Know what movie? What's the one like Cloverfield, like the second one?
Is that okay? So I don't know if I watched Cloverfield. I watched the one where who's the big fat guy? John Goodman.
Yeah.
God damn, that was dark. That was a good movie.
The beginning scene of that, where if you saw that in a theater, you were traumatized. The opening scene is a car accident that is done so well.
Dude, what's so good about that movie is it could have not even been connected to Cloverfield. Like, it stood on its own. Like, the whole time you didn't know if he was making it up, if there was shit outside of the, you know what I mean? It was just dark. John Goodman was such a fucking good actor. He's a really good actor, especially if he's playing a bad guy. He's fucking good, man. That was a dark, twisted fucking movie.
I mean, he wasn't really a bad guy in that movie. He was.
Yeah, he was. He wanted to rape that girl, and then again, that boy was like there, and he didn't like that they're having a connection. You know, like
Okay,
I mean,
okay. I it's been a while, so I might.
yeah. It was an inception inside of a fuck. So it's like he was kind of a good guy because he saved them. He saved like that boy and a girl, but he like kept them in a cage. Remember, and was like, it was fucking weird, dude. Like, that's why it was so dark and twisted and fucked up, because it wasn't just that like they got saved and they were stuck inside of a fucking like inside of a prepper's like hidey hole. It's that he was also like a sick fuck, and like she discovered that spoiler alert, she discovered that he had already, like, I think he had like raped and murdered another girl, like, or maybe it was his daughter or something fucked up. Anyways, that was a fucked up movie. And then at the end, you do find out there is an alien invasion. He wasn't lying. Like, that was a fucking crazy movie, man.
Yeah, well, okay, so in this kind of end of the world situation, so
is it better to be in the bunker with John Goodman blowing him, or do you want to take your chances with aliens on the surface?
Well, she should have stayed in the bunker after she killed. Well, what do? Just spend the rest of your life in a bunker too? I mean, that's.
I don't know. I mean, homie's got some food. He's got some shit in there. Like, I think probably. I think every like month or so, you peek your fucking head out and see what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you could do that weekly, but that's a risk.
Yeah, it's fascinating to think. Like, I don't know. There's so much like prepper porn, disaster porn shit out there. Like, what would you do if shit really hit the fan like this?
Well, it just sucks that like I've been wanting to be a kooky prepper as much as I can, and like I am to some degree, but I can't afford a bunker. Where's my goddamn bunker? I need a bunker. Like, this ties us into World War III that's happening right now. I mean, not really, but kind of. And so like this whole bullshit with Russia and like the escalation or whatever the fuck is going on. But then last night I read an article, and like I don't think that there's a hell of a lot of information on it. I just saw another thing. Hold on, let me pull it up. But somebody knows a lot more about this than I do, I'm sure. And if you guys want to email me, we are at realityzarspod@gmail.com, or you can just hit us up on Instagram, Telegram, or Twitter. I think our DMs are open. So if you know more about this, that would be great. But here we go. Update. Iran backed militia. Let's see here. A media outlet called Sabrine News has claimed that six fat blah 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 11 blah blah, I don't know how the fuck it surface to air missiles were used to attack the U.S. consulate in Erbil, Iraq, possibly over American installations in the city. Unconfirmed going on around that missiles were launched from the Kasabad military base, not by militia members. So it's unconfirmed if it was actually from Iran itself or if it was by militia members. That's what it sounds like. And so, I mean, that's not a good thing, right? As far as peace goes, because from what I had heard, the United States was like trying to broker a deal with Iran, and we were using the Russians as a proxy to help us communicate with them. And obviously things aren't great with the Russians right now. And if that, it sounds like those peace deals must have fell through. Kind of. I don't know. They're going to fucking...
I wouldn't have too much hope for them right now.
Shoot some fucking missiles at some American installation. But...
Well, and who knows who actually did this too, because there's a lot of people who want war. People make money off of this shit. So you set up some militia groups, blow some shit up, and whether it's militia or the official government, at some point...
Whenever I hear militia, I hear like CIA asset.
I mean, yeah, very likely. Or the
Yeah.
Iranian version of the CIA, because I'm sure they have their own bullshit too.
Well, I'm sure they do, but I mean, I bet the CIA is influencing this particular militia to do like a false flag, and then all of a sudden, maybe. I mean, that's
Very
just an idea in
possible.
my head. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. But they don't have like a good track record to stand back on it. They would never do such a thing.
Mm-mm. No, they're a wild card. I mean, I think they're less of a wild card than like our propaganda likes to make them seem, but I think that they are, not predictable.
Well, you don't go into that type of job with, like, it's a very dark job to go into. You're essentially fucking with people, and you're just going. At best, they're not Americans, but if you're willing to fuck with people, like, why wouldn't you fuck with us? I mean, it just seems like a very
Because we'll level you.
if you're working for us, like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why anybody fucking works with us anymore because, like, it seems like we've made agreements and allied ourselves with different factions. And as soon as it's not, like, helpful for us anymore, we just kind of let the wolves eat you. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why anyone would want to be fucking allies with the United States anymore.
I don't know why countries would ally themselves. I mean, I understand like trade deals and stuff like that, fine, but like if you get attacked, I don't have a choice but to go and get involved in your shit. That just feels like that just escalates the war, no matter what it's going to be. Like,
yeah, it's fucking retarded, man. Like, Trump wasn't, I'm pretty sure it was Trump that said that. And when he was president, and he wasn't wrong. And people were like, huh. When he was like, so if some country attacks Moldova, where the fuck that is, like southern eastern Europe, we're supposed to go to full on war. I'm supposed to send my boys to go and die in Moldova. It's like,
yeah,
no, I don't want that to happen. Like, fuck you.
yeah, and also I feel like it just other countries become overly dependent on our military, so they don't build up any kind of national defense systems, which makes them more likely to be attacked.
Well, we didn't want them to. We wanted them dependent. Like, it was this whole like grand stage theory thing. And then Donald Trump wasn't playing ball, and he was like, you faggots are supposed to be like at least doing 5% of your own military stuff. You guys are just milking us, right? Because like, I guess is it NATO or the UN? I don't know which one of those fucking treaties. Like, but I mean, think about this, okay? Like, everyone looks at Sweden and goes, oh my gosh, look at them. They have such a like robust safety network, like, or safety net, and they can just do all this welfare stuff. Why can't we do that here? And it's because we subsidize their fucking country's defense. Like, what does Sweden have to worry about? You know what I mean? What does like any of these countries have to worry about? They don't have to have a military because the United States is the biggest military on the planet. And we've been subsidizing it. It's like, but now all these countries are realizing, oh, America's a paper tiger and they're not going to do anything. And so Germany is arming up, which is really interesting because whenever Germany arms up, it's never good. It never turns out great.
They have a bad track record with wars. Yeah, they don't do it well.
It's like, I saw some stupid meme. It's like Germany going into Poland right now, but they're going in as the good guys or something. I don't know, something stupid. But yeah, Germany doesn't have to necessarily be the bad guy in this world war this time, but who the fuck knows?
Well, I think that like
who's their president or prime minister? Do you know?
Germany, Merkel.
Yeah,
is still Merkel.
Merkel stepped down, I think.
Oh, really?
I think it's some dude. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't. Yeah, like I don't think we all become worse once we were in war for a couple of years. No one's better. Like wherever they're at right now, it's going to get more and more horrifying. Especially some of the weapons that we have now. We got fucking terrifying weapons. I was listening to one podcast. They were talking about these bombs that would suck the oxygen out of an area. So you
Yeah,
would
I
just
heard about that
suffocate.
shit.
Yeah,
Just kill everybody.
yeah.
It's
So it's
fucked.
like we have engineered some fucking truly horrific things.
Yeah, dude, and the biological shit. Like, I don't know. I don't really care if YouTube takes us down, but we can talk about like, I mean, what you weren't supposed to talk about, and now you can talk about it because they've kind of admitted it, but then they're trying to downplay it. Like, so, like, obviously, you and I aren't on the ground in fucking Russia or Ukraine, so how the fuck do we know? But theoretically, what Poot Dog was saying, he was saying something like, "Hey, we're going in there for two reasons. We're taking out the chemical fucking weapons manufacturing facilities, and we're going to kill the Nazis." And
Who
you
knows?
know,
Yeah.
I mean, and then we're like, he's lying. He just wants to take over Kiev. It's Kiev now too. It's not Kiev anymore. You know, like he's so evil. And like, I mean, I don't think Putin's a good dude. I think he has his own motivations. I think he's a human, and I think, I think he's probably a big giant piece of shit. Anyone that's in charge of another country is genuinely a piece of shit. If you're the head of state of something, you're a piece of shit. So again, not defending Putin, but maybe he really is, because if you looked at where, like, they were showing those maps of where his incursions were, his attacks, and it was like right where all of those fucking facilities were.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I don't know. It's a theory. And
Yeah.
then, but I also heard something about like he was giving them prior warning too. He was like, "Hey, move the shit that is going to spread if we blow it up. We're giving you a second." Like, I don't know. I have no idea, man. And then, but then the weird thing is the United States now is like talking about it, and they're saying something like, "Yeah, I mean, those are for vaccine and like safety purposes only, those laboratories.
Well, they're
But
not
if Russia
weaponized,
gets
right?
their hands on it, then it could be a problem." Like,
Yeah.
why? Why is that a problem? Like,
Well, and in some ways, I am sure that they're not weaponized with air quotes. I'm sure they're very easily turned into weapons. Like I am sure it is somewhat compartmentalized, but like, you're still designing viruses and GMO and shit. And after this last couple of years, I think that everyone is over fucking funding gain of function research. I don't think anyone knew about it, and now that we know about it, we don't like it.
so, I mean, that's the $1 million question. Where is Fauci? Everybody keeps saying that. Like, where in the world is fucking Fauci dog? He's hiding in a bunker. Maybe this is the time that we should be putting the mask back on. Where's Dr. Fauci?
Well, where will I get my medical advice from? How will I know whether or not to wear a mask, or wear two masks, or wear a medical mask, or I just
Or to
don't
take
know.
some AZT or
Yeah.
some remdesivir. Yeah, fuck that guy. I have no idea where he's at. And it is fascinating that, like, I had heard that like a minute ago. And, like, I don't know, maybe that's not weird, but I kind of thought it was weird. It was like the CEO of Moderna and one of those other dudes, they like cashed out all their fucking stock and erased all their social medias and then just bailed.
That's the way to do it. That is the
Yeah.
way to do it. That's what I'd be doing. I'd just be like, this ship isn't getting any higher. Like,
Yeah, I'm going out on top, baby.
yeah, like I just put a bunch of bullet holes in the bottom of this boat. I'm selling it and fucking heading to the island.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I mean, it kind of sounds like they're done. They're out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not
Yeah.
that they're not going to keep pushing this shit on us, but I think like the smart ones are like, yeah, it's time to jump off this ship.
They seem like they lost a lot of credibility, and now they're going into this new narrative cycle, like which is going to trap a bunch of other people in it. So I just feel like by the end, like a month before this whole like Russian shit happened, no one was believing. Like everyone was just making. They made fun of this shit on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about that. That is the most normie show, and they're making fun of masks.
And that's how they let the public know it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's when they start giving the signals to the normies. They're like, it's actually okay to question this now. You can do it now. And it's pretty wild, man. Yeah, they get their cues from Trevor Noah, and they get it from Jimmy Fallon and SNL. And what's the other douchebag? The Corbett
Oliver.
Report.
No.
Yeah. Huh?
No,
not the Corbett Report. I love the Corbett Report.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Jon Stewart, but his replacement. What's his name? With the glasses. Colbert. Yeah. Sorry. We love you, James Corbett. James Corbett, you're the man. No, the Colbert Report.
There's definitely been times when I'm like searching for James Corbett and I get the other dude.
That dude, they're really similar. I mean, I wonder if he ripped off James Corbett. That's really funny.
No, I don't think he knows James Corbett.
Who knows, man? James Corbett used to be like when YouTube didn't lie and didn't fuck up with their algorithms. It was really easy to find James Corbett. His fucking shit was way more accessible and able to find. Like, he was one of the biggest YouTubers at one point.
Yeah, he's not there now.
No, yeah.
Misinformation, man. Misinformation. It's just
like, if you looked up the Federal Reserve, his documentary would be the first thing you'd find for years.
So that's the interesting part. Like, what happened at these institutions that they were allowing this shit? They must have known about it. And then all of a sudden,
I don't think they took things like YouTube seriously for years and years and years. They're like, the serious people are on CNN. The serious people are on Fox News, you know, that sort of thing. And then I think that they're like, as like old people start to die, they saw that their numbers started fucking going down the tubes. And then they were looking over at this YouTube thing. They're like, oh, that's only kids and cat videos. And then they're like, wait, they're getting hundreds of millions of views? Yeah. Wait, this is all about like 9/11 truth and fucking getting woke on the Federal Reserve? Okay, now we got to fucking nix this shit.
Kids' cat videos and 9/11.
Yep.
That's what built YouTube.
Crazy, man. Yeah, back in the day. And more normies need to switch over to Odyssey because Odyssey has everything. It's fucking great, man.
Yeah, just getting off of YouTube, just understanding that there's other like information. Is, the internet is not just Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Like,
I saw a post yesterday. I think I don't know how old the post was, but I saw it yesterday. It was when YouTube was announcing that they were taking down RT and they were taking down any of the Russian blah 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 off their YouTube channels and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like putting this out on Twitter, and so Odyssey's account posted and just said, "Hey, YouTube, can you do us a favor and just send them over our way?" Like,
yeah,
pretty great.
Yeah, completely. The idea that you're trying to censor people as we're going and entering in a war, like, why do you want to stop the conversation? Like, whatever people are saying, whatever misinformation is going out, I'm sure there's a shitload of misinformation out there.
So you're telling me they're liars, but then you're also telling me I can't hear what they have to say. Like, you're not going to let us. Okay. Cosmic Radio just sent us a message. He says DuckDuckGo also, and it's getting scary. So it's DuckDuckGo, Cosmic Radio. You want to let us know what that means a little bit? Like, it's DuckDuckGo censoring Russian shit?
I heard that one of the CEOs there texted something about like the scourge of misinformation and how they need to deal with it. I think there's still I haven't heard anything about the privacy aspects of DuckDuckGo, but I
mean, use Brave.
Yeah,
they're downranking Russian misinfo, he says. Okay. Well, not shocking. Yeah, I mean, I've heard DuckDuckGo for a minute has been compromised. Like it was obviously better than fucking Google, but like that you weren't getting great search results. You know what I mean? Use Brave. Use fucking Brave. He goes, yes, I switched to Brave this weekend. Good for you, Cosmic Radio.
Yeah, way better.
I mean, it's not. I like the user interface of Google so much more. It's so much easier. But just because I'm stupid, I guess I don't fucking know. But
Well, and
I like being able to see things that I'm looking for.
And yeah, like, and if I'm searching for something non-political, then I think Google is good for that. Like,
If I'm looking for like a Thai restaurant,
like
Google's great.
I still use YouTube for music and for tutorial videos. If I want to know how to do something, it's a great resource for that. But if I want to have anything, like, yeah, just there's no good content there anymore, or it gets censored right away.
You know what's great about fucking Odyssey, man? Like, lately I've been thinking about like old people that I used to listen to, or that like I'm still just kind of curious, like where the fuck did they go?
Honestly,
like I was curious, like I want to know what the fuck Owen Benjamin was up to. I looked him up on fucking Odyssey. He's still making videos like almost every day.
Yeah,
you can find him on there. I was like, oh shit, yeah, he's still kooky, and I like that. That's great. Owen Benjamin's like, he's a smart dude. I want to hear what he had to say. I don't know. I haven't listened to him in a long time, so I don't know what kind of rabbit holes he's going down right now, but he seemed funny and thoughtful the last video I saw of his, so
it's interesting that we're separating culturally. There's like, I mean, there's still people who don't use the internet for any information, really, and they're in one sphere. And then you get people who are using like YouTube, all the normie shit. And it's like, even if that you're in that world and you want to be in that world, at least know the alternatives to that world. Like the Amish have it. Like even the Amish, they send their kids out like 1 month out of their lives to be like, well, here's the rest of the world. See if you like it or not.
I think they can stay as long as they want.
Well, I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I don't know what it's called, Rung Spa or some shit,
yeah.
And they can just go and like go pound ass and like see strippers and do coke for a year and then come back.
Yeah, just I don't know, use a phone or just like cars a great rent a car.
Cosmic Radio, we did talk about that, yes. So the only thing that we've seen so far, so Cosmic Radio was asking if we talked about Herbal yet, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, so what I've read so far is they can't confirm if it actually came from Iran proper or if it came from a militia, and they attacked. Let me see, I still have it on my phone here. Let's see here. It looks like they attacked a United States consulate in Erbil, Iraq. And so also what I've seen is, as of yet, I haven't seen any confirmed casualties at all. So I don't know if they were just trying to send a message, but it kind of sounds like, fuck am I know, dude. Like, we're probably going to have some serious war here in a minute. I think Raytheon just came in their pants.
Well, yeah, they're looking at the pharmaceutical companies, and they're like, okay, we want in.
Yeah.
like all these CEOs who are leaving pharmaceutical companies are like entering into like weapons manufacturing plants.
Like, where's my piece? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we milked this pharmaceutical bubble. Now it's time to get into the war bubble. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know what the answer is, but I don't think like censorship and going to war.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. I don't want that to happen either. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's just censor all incoming information and then just attack people.
Those dirty Ruskies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, man. I have an interesting perspective because I go to a Russian church, and a lot of the parishioners are Ukrainian as well. I I preached yesterday. I did the sermon yesterday, and we were talking about peace, shalom, and we were talking, and I was kind of giving an anti-war message, um, and it was interesting. It was good, and then we prayed for the world leaders, and we prayed for things like that because there's Russians there and there's Ukrainians there, and we're trying to make peace. And like I think most of those people are just kind of, I mean, none of these people want the fucking war to happen. None of the Russians. I don't think most of the Russian people are on board with this shit. Like,
no.
and the Ukrainians definitely aren't. They're getting caught in the crossfire. Dude, I saw a fucking photo yesterday. Somebody sent this to me, I think over on Twitter. Yeah, somebody commented and sent this to me. Shout out to whoever you are. I'm sorry, I forgot who you are. But it was this photo of this little like 8-year-old girl. And she looked about 8, 10. I don't know. It's hard to judge a kid's age. It's a kid. And she's sitting there and she has like a blue and yellow fucking like ribbon in her hair. And she's sitting there holding a gun. And she's sitting like kind of like a windowsill sort of thing. And then it's this blue check douchebag that says like, this evokes so much emotion in me. And this makes me feel like we need to be doing more. And I have kids that are this age and we need, like, I don't know what he's suggesting, that like he gives his kids a gun and goes to kill some Russians or something. But then he goes, I don't even care about the context. I don't care when this photo was taken or where. But he goes, this feels emotionally true to me. Like, because it was clearly like a staged, it looked like a fucking like photo shoot kind of thing. Like it wasn't some like girl, like some rustic ass like little Ukrainian girl ready to kill some Russians. It was like a fucking staged photo. And this guy, it's just the media just admitting they're just like, I don't care if it's actually true. It feels true.
If it angers people, if it brings people that much close to the war, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
We just want to rile everyone up, get them all fighting each other.
Dude, he straight up said this is like, it meets the emotional narrative or something like that. I don't remember what it said. It was something like it's so yeah.
That's true. I'm sure it was designed that way. That's what it was there for. Like
I've been making memes about this because like the Ghost of Kiev, you remember that whole like that airplane that supposedly it was they fucking used a video game for their footage, and like so that was proven fake. Miss Ukraine picking up a gun and killing people, that was fake. Snake Island, that was fucking fake. All of that shit was lies. It's just, it feels good though. It feels true emotionally. This is true.
Well, and this is why we need to have information uncensored, because I don't know what's going on. Like, no one really knows what's going on right now. So we're in the information gathering stage. And everyone who's pushing this war narrative, like, you got to think about the consequences for this shit. Like,
well, we wouldn't want you to hear facts, alternative facts, or anything from Putin or from any other Russian. So we're going to censor everything they say. And dude, I saw a press conference thing yesterday where who was that lady? I can't think of her name. She's some crazy bitch over there. Bars. The conversations around bars and water coolers are extra retarded right now. That is a comment from Cosmic Radio. I'm sure that's true. It says media war machine is in full effect. That is very true. There was another fucking meme that I saw the other day. It was like, what the fuck was that? It was, I spent the last 2 years being like a virologist and a fucking medical expert, and now I'm putting that away so that I can be a full-time like foreign policy expert and tell you everything that's going on in war. It's just a stupid SJW shit. But oh man, what was I gonna say? I don't fucking remember anymore.
I don't know. It's we're just switching, but it's all emotionally the same place. It's coming from the place of fear and anger and all the things that like worked with COVID. It's just the intellectual aspect of it. The reason behind it has changed, but it's just people really fucked up. Like, the idea that you're looking at a picture and saying like, "Oh yeah, this is good propaganda," it emotionally manipulated me in the way I wanted to be manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And it's going to manipulate you too, the way I want you
okay,
manipulated.
okay. So to be fair, when you see any movie, that's emotional manipulation, right? You see a comedy, you want to be emotionally manipulated into laughing. If you see a horror movie, you want to be emotionally manipulated to feel scared. But you realize that it's just a movie. It's not real. You don't bring that into your life. You're just going on this little emotional roller coaster and you're having this experience. But you're not, it doesn't affect other people. When you look at propaganda and it's doing the same thing, you're looking like people die, people go without food, it's horrible.
Yeah, and then it's extra fucked when you realize that, like, okay, so a comedy is supposed to manipulate you into giggle, a porn is supposed to manipulate you into getting hard, right? And this is just based on manipulating you to fucking cheer on war and death.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, dude, I see these fucking, I spend too much time in comment sections, and like I'm seeing like, okay, so there's some Russian pianist. He's like some famous fucking Russian pianist, and he was supposed to have a tour in Canada, and he's getting canceled everywhere. Nobody wants him to fucking play the fucking pianos anywhere anymore. And so he's like, fuck. And he's denounced the war, and he's like shit all over Putin, and is like, I'm pro Ukraine. And like, he tried to do all the, all that shit. And they're still like, yeah, that's great. Okay. Fuck you. You're not playing. And then, but like, if you read the comments section under this news article, it's all these like gross, old, short-haired, feminist, white pigs that are just upset and angry, and they're just like, yeah, that'll show him. It's good that he denounced Putin, but like, but what the fuck kind of shit did they say? They're like, but this is war, and we need them to know that the international community has condemned them, and so maybe they need to pick up arms and take out Putin. And you're just like, what are you old bitch? Like,
Well, a lot of these people have already accepted the narrative that you can have collective guilt for things. So you're guilty for what your people do. I'm guilty for what my people do. And at that point, yeah, like under that system, that and the logic will just follow until like you're rounding people up in concentration camps and death camps. And
what if Russians weren't white? How racist would this sound? Like, we weren't supposed to collectively punish the Chinese when we thought the fucking disease came out of Wuhan, remember? And like, then you because they're Asian, and so then we have to, well, it's not all them, and that's just racist, but like, but if they kind of look white, Russians aren't white. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're weird. Like, I love my Russian friends, but you're fucking weird, dude. You're the furthest thing that I've ever seen from like a wasp. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are not white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They are some kind of weird, mystic, Eastern, bizarre, odd people. Like, anyways, I like them. They're a lot of them are my good friends. A lot of my good friends are Russians and Ukrainians, actually, but they're fucking weird, man. Their pigment happens to look like a white person, but they're fucking weird. There's something different. I don't know, man. It's fucking wild. Because I mean, as I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, this was the justification for us locking those fucking Japanese people and putting them in internment camps.
Exactly, same exact logic.
I mean, I was like, I don't, because like my fucking boss is like also on Facebook with me and shit. So like, if I saw this shit on Twitter and I'm on like my own personal accounts, maybe I'll fucking type and shit. But like, that's what I wanted to say to these people, because like, they're so angry, they're so mad, and they want fucking blood. They're like sharks with the little blood in the water. They're fucking, and I'm like, are you okay? What the fuck is wrong with you, Brenda? Or whatever the fuck this old lady's name is. I'm like, God damn. Maybe if you hadn't been bleaching your hair for like, I mean, their hair is all kooky colors and all this crazy shit. I'm like, has it done brain damage to you? Are you all right? You are angry right now.
the neurobots come in through the hand eye.
Mm-hmm. You know they're jabbed and boosted and everything. They're good to go, and they're like, and I've got my sash, or I've got my. Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? You know, like it's so funny, dude.
Yeah, everyone's becoming a Nazi nowadays. Like in the sense of, like they're just reenacting that pattern, and it's depressing. And I don't see a way to stop it at this point. I just feel like, I mean, that's where it's depressing for me, is that I don't want to go through like a World War III. I don't want to have like Russian internment camps. And
well, shout out to Oddman. He on Twitter he posted a thing. It was like here was IBM, and it was like IBM putting the Ukrainian flag up, and we stand with the people of Ukraine and the shit. And my comment was like, well, at least they're being consistent. They've always sided with the Nazis, you know? Those fucks.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Watching all these anti-fascists defend Ukraine right now when they have the Azov battalion and they have literal fucking Nazis in their ranks, it's pretty funny.
It's authoritarianism. People believe in the power of the authoritarian rather than just the power of the logic behind it. So it's like the logic is always changing. It's very cult-like.
Well, I saw a thing. So I'm in a lot of weird different groups, dude. Like I'm in like fucking boo groups. I'm in like some left libertarian groups, and I'm in this group, and I'm watching these left libertarians. Like, so this argument came up. They're like, I want to see more anti-fascists defending Ukraine against Russia, this imperialist invader. And then and I think it was me. I was like, well, I think a lot of people would be uncomfortable, probably like. Maybe as shitty as Russia is being right now, they're like, huh, I don't know if I want to be on the side of the Azov battalion right now. You know what I mean? They're like, do I want to fight alongside actual fucking Nazis? You know? And then all of these fucking creepy little, they're anti-fascist, fucking weird, dumb shit in their profiles are like, well, I would fight alongside actual Nazis just to fight these Russians right now. And I'm like, well, at least you weirdos are being honest for once. Like, you know what I mean? These douchey authoritarian Antifas. I'm like, okay, so what is your actual enemy? Is it fascism, or like, because they're saying that they'll team up with the Azov. I'm like, okay, all right.
Sorry, having mic phone issues.
That sucks, buddy. Well, I'm really hoping. Let's see here. Hey, General Lee just hit me up. Let's see here. Jesus Christ. Okay. So we might have to shout out to General Lee. I think we're going to try again next weekend if we can. Hopefully we'll be able to do this next time. So if you guys want to catch us, it's going to be, 8 a.m. Pacific time and 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking to General Lee from Subconscious Realms. I hope everything's okay. He's in the hospital right now. So we are going to hit him up again next weekend. So we just did a quick little one just between us here. And let's do a little bit of what do you call that? Let's talk a little bit about some shit that we got going on. So we have some fucking books to give away. We have some books that we need to give away, and shout out to our homie. Let me see here. I don't want to screw anybody's name up. And I am very good at that. So let's see here. Well, the books that we have to give away, right now we have 3 books from Sal Mayweather. We have his newest books here. That is Anti-Politics, and it's fucking awesome, dude. Like, everyone really needs to read that. But what is the book that I'm trying to push right now? Or not the book. Okay, Elemental. I'm sorry, I'm retarded. So our homie Elemental, he gave us, or I purchased 3 of his albums. So it's fucking dope, man. It looks like a cassette tape, and then you open it up and it swings out. It's like a USB drive, and it has like all of the music. I think it has both of his albums on there, and then it also comes with an NFT because he's really into that shit. And so you can get an original NFT from Elemental and both albums. And then we have 3 books, Anti-Politics from Sal Mayweather, that we want to give away. And what we need to do, we will give 3 albums and 3 books away. So the first, I guess, 6 people that go and give us a 5-star rating, like on, I don't know how any of this works, but if you give us like a good 5-star rating and a review on, I don't know, like Google or Apple or Spotify or wherever the fuck you do those sort of things, or even I think Podcast Addict, that's normally what I use a lot. I think you can review people. So if you do that, if you give us a nice little review and give us a nice comment and screenshot that shit and send it to me, I will send you either a book or an album. I'll let you choose the first 6 people that do it. You can either choose a book or an album, and we will send that to you for free. And that's just a way of us saying thank you and we appreciate you. And Tony, you got any last minute stuff?
No, but my mic is working now. Sorry, my cord actually
That's good.
snapped a little bit.
Let's sum all this shit up. Maybe we're going into World War III. Hopefully not. So Iran, chill, buddy. America, I wish I could tell them to chill, but we're cunts. So our government's just going to keep doing what they do. And Russia, I don't really even know what's going on. It seems to me, dude, if Putin wanted to, he could literally have just taken Ukraine by now. So I don't think his objective is to actually conquer the Ukraine. But how the fuck do I know?
I think that we have to figure out ways of not going and engaging in war on a personal level and trying to figure out how to live peacefully with each other. And governments are going to do what governments do. And it's just try to avoid it. I mean, the more people who avoid it, the more peaceful the world becomes.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, it just sucks when you're like, we don't have any choice over how these things affect us. It's like we live peacefully in our own lives. We're doing our own fucking thing. We're ignoring these pieces of shit, except that like our gas prices keep going up. Cost of food and living keep going up. Our inflation is just fucking us in the ass. That sucks.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, hopefully YouTube doesn't take this down because we talked about anything that we wanted and I just don't really care. So fuck you, YouTube, because I'm going to put it on Odyssey anyways. But that'd be great if they kept this up. And everybody, we love you. We thank you. Give us a 5-star rating and review somewhere and give us a nice comment. Screenshot that shit. Send it to us either through our email. Again, that is realityzarspod@gmail.com. Or you can hit us up on Instagram or on Telegram or on Twitter. And that's awesome. All right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Later, man.